Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about Queendom Puzzle's remix battle, which is the first mission, and basically just judging all their performances and ranking them and criticizing them and praising them. You know the drill. My opinion can be different than yours. That is all good. Just tell me your opinion down below in the comments and maybe I can change mine. Or maybe I can change yours. Let's just get right into it and talk about it. First and foremost, the last place. Let's just start right there. I'm not sure how popular this opinion will be, but I guess not so much. But in last place, I have to say the one I disliked the most or liked the least was Shutdown. Shutdown had a fierce combo. Okay, we had Pai, we had Hiso, we had Irina, and we had Sangha. But so much went wrong. When it started, they had this Little Red Riding Hood concept with the wolves, the hoods, but then that was completely ditched and it came back in the ending where they followed the wolf. But the concept wasn't super clear to me. I don't understand how it relates to the song. But more than that, the stage felt so messy and so all over the place. Camera angles really wrong. People that weren't finding their cameras. I just kind of hated the stage itself, the way everything worked. Like, the girls did a good job picking up the song, but I feel like the choreography, the cuts, the movements, everything just hindered the stage so much, so badly. Okay, first of all, we start off pretty well. We have this wolf concept going on and they came out very fiercely. But after the first chorus, it just goes really downhill because they're dancing and singing at the same time, but the dance is like super amazing and hard, and they're singing at the same time, which is really impressive, but it's a little bit distracting. And then they have this going on and off, like one line one person, one line the other person, like popcorn kind of thing. But the camera angles are so bad and it's weird because I'm like, what am I watching? Why are you hiding behind someone if you're singing together with the person and the person is looking at you? It doesn't make any sense. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. You don't want to be my best side, that's right, I'm sliding through the side, Then we have the fact that I don't know what happens, but Blackpink, I feel like it's just impossible to cover. I haven't seen a really good Blackpink cover, apart from Hui's Shutdown as well in Boys Planet, but he completely changed the song and he was not doing like a cover. He just used the song and then created his own art piece out of it. But Blackpink, I feel like they have such distinct vocals and charisma and personas on stage that it's really hard to replicate that or use their song and make something better. And then this whole concept and mess going on really did not appeal to the song because the song is all about the charms that they have. They have a lot of backup dancers, but they don't need all of them because they're already conveying the song on their own. And Shutdown doesn't even have that many backup dancers, I think, especially in the chorus. So I don't see the need for so much going on. And then the dance break was also very nice, but also too much. It felt like they were trying too hard. And some of it came from the editing, obviously, that they really wanted first place, but I don't think that was the main reason for me to think that they were trying too hard. It was just what was happening on stage. Too much, like splits here, splits there. And then you have the rolling backwards and then you're running up, and I just was so confused and I really didn't like it. I really did not like this aspect of the whole concept thought out on stage. I don't know if you guys saw Queendom, the second season, but Hyolyn, in the very first episode, she gave this amazing performance of Touch My Body, but she thought about the way she was using the stage and she kind of designed that it would flow nicely. And I think this really is lacking here because the use of the stage is bad and the use of the camera is bad. And then even though Hiso had amazing stage presence, her rap was pretty solid for someone who was mainly a vocalist. Pai also had very nice vocals. Her high note was insane. Sangha, she was the one who surprised me the most. She was so good. I think she had the concept and the playing with the camera down. It was a bit of a shame that she missed the camera once, and missing the camera is kind of a turn off for me. I'm kind of very picky with that, but she was so good with her expressions and what she was showing me. I thought she was the best performer for this song, but even though they are super talented, it felt too much, too overpowering. I felt a bit lost in the middle of it and just not wanting to watch it more. Really like Pai's ending camera. She looks so happy and so proud of herself. Really like that. Really like the hairstyle she has on. I think that was great. I think Rina did a good job as well. Not the most splendid job. I think she could have done better in some vocal parts, but she did pretty good too. Blackpink is first hard, and then when you try to like make too much of it, when the song itself is very basic choreography and just relying on own charms and charismas, it's a weird flip to give it. And then overpowering the stage too much, regardless of the song, is too much. And then that really made me dislike Shutdown as a performance. MVPs for this one, I'm gonna say Sangha. I really loved what she brought to the table. Her expressions in certain moments were just insane. And I feel like that is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see them just singing and having swag and having charisma and stage presence. The stage presence makes me see them, not the bunch of wolves and crazy choreography. Yeah, so that is it for Shutdown. In 5th place, we would have Let's Dance the Night Away. Dance the Night Away is already 5th place just because of the song. Dance the Night Away phase came and went. It's not Dance the Night Away phase anymore. I don't know why they didn't do Fancy or any other Twice song that is more relevant today. Even their debut song, Ua, is more interesting to work with. First, I'm tired of the song. Second, not much to work with in comparison to other songs. I feel like, for example, Fighting, you were able to have a really good concept. Nude has a concept just given to you, and you can shape it in many different ways. And Dance the Night Away is like this cutesy song, so I feel like it's really hard for you to rearrange in a different way. You cannot just turn it around. Like, you cannot do a rock version of Dance the Night Away. That would be terrible. You cannot do like a ballad version of Dance the Night Away. So you kind of need to stick to its original concept. And the song itself doesn't allow for grandiose queendom performances that we have seen before. Or maybe they lacked a little bit of money and creativity for that, because I do feel like they could have gone a different direction with the concept, but Dance the Night Away is not a lot to work with. I will agree with that. So just because of that, just because of the song, it was already not one of my favorites. Then they come out. Bora was looking very pretty in that bubble, very nice outfit, but the other girls' outfits, no, I absolutely hate that. Jiwon and Yeonhee, I absolutely hate what they did to them. I don't know why not all of them had similar vibes as Bora, like something kind of shiny and plasticky almost. They could have each one a color. Like, I wanted to see more greens, more pinks, more heavy colors, I guess. And then we got like some weird outfit choices, which I absolutely hate. And then this for our 5 contestants. The backup dancers, they got beige outfits. And it wants me to be excited and inspired by this festival-like performances when the backup dancers have beige outfits on. What is going on with that? It's not a naturalistic concept. It's a happy festival, super mega concert kind of concept. So I'm not sure why they didn't inspire themselves from Hyolyn and just brought the same vibes, because that is epitome of tropicalness in a performance. Touch My Body, Queendom Season 2. It was just perfection. It was incredible the way she taught the stage out, but the concept was also really well used. And here I feel like there wasn't really one. I'm not sure they thought about it so well that they could convince us with it, because it starts out with the bubble and it seems something like aquamarine, H2O, Little Mermaidy, and then tropical. I feel like they should have just gone full Princess Mermaids, full underwater thing, just like Kepler in, again, Queendom Season 2, which they had a horrible performance for Pool Party. But the concept and the marine stuff and the blues and the hues, they were all there for that performance, and I really appreciated that. And I feel like they could have brought something similar-ish to that here and have better outfits. I really hate the outfits. Apart from that, my other concerns for the performance kind of come from what we've seen from the backstage. I'm not sure who did their choreography, but why in hell would sub vocal 1 have high notes and not the main vocalist? Did they not have a main vocalist? I'm very confused for how the choreographer distributed the parts. Did they not think that they would want a sub vocal 1, sub vocal 2, and a center who could have 2 parts? Did they not think about that? Because usually in Boys Planet, Girls Planet, and many other survival shows, when they get the choreography, the center has a center part, which would be the dance break in this case, and then they join the center part with the original part. So I would be sub vocal 1 and center, or sub rapper 2 and center. And I'm not sure why they didn't do this here, if it was too complicated, if they had no budget, but it doesn't make any sense to me that you have sub vocal 1 who does intro, high notes, and dance. Like, this was setting Bora up, because it doesn't make any sense, okay? I also don't get it why they couldn't separate it, because watching the episode, Bora said, I want Yeonhee to do a dance segment because that's what she's good at. That's what she showed us. She showed she's good and she's probably the best out of us. She didn't say that, but I interpret that way. She said, okay, I want her to do something. But I don't know if they couldn't get a hold of the choreographer and be like, okay, can we change this? Can we have someone else be center or something? Because it felt very inflexible, and I just hate whoever gave the ready choreography like that, because it felt really unnecessary to have Bora be the one to sing, to start. I liked her intro, honestly. I think she was very pretty, and although I really like Yeonhee, I feel she could have pulled it off as well. I think Bora suited the intro very well, but the dancing, I feel like I would have rather seen Yeonhee or even Jiwon or even Chaerin doing that, because I feel like it would have been better and it would be more cohesive with the skills of the team. But anyways, apart from that, I must say that they were very good as performers. They had very good vocals, I think. I thought it was a little bit weird that in the episode, the audio for Bora's high note was a little bit different. When you got into that section, the audio felt a little bit off, but then I watched the full performance and the audio seems fine and her vocal seems fine. So no complaints about that. I must say that the ones I was least expecting surprised me the most. Soyeon was so good. I really, really like what she brought to the performance. They gave her the parts that suited her the best because she has this goofy charm to her, or persona that she brought to this specific performance that was incredible. It fit completely well and it just makes sense, and it was so refreshing to see because it's hard for us to have those goofy kind of characters, especially in girl groups. So I really liked her. I'm gonna say that she really surprised me, and she is, I think, my favorite performer in this stage because of just the charisma and the vibes, and it was kind of funny and nice, so I really liked it. Then I really liked Chaerin as well. She did it very nicely. I think the outfit suited her very well, give her Jihyo vibes, even though I hated the outfit composition overall. I think she was very nice, very pretty, and I really liked her stage, her winks, her smiles. It suited the song. Obviously, Yeonhee did really well with her lines. Jiwon never disappoints, and Bora also was incredible. But I feel like the song was not enough for their talents. I feel like the trio itself, Jiwon, Bora, and Yeonhee, they have so much to show and so much to expand, and then they had to sing this cutesy voice. I mean, it's their job, but I feel like it was wasted potential of a group there. And I also hate in the episode that they have the Rocket Punch versus Cherry Bullet, but we'll talk about that when we're reviewing the episode. But yeah, that's that. And in fourth place, we have... I liked that the stage wasn't incredibly full, that they were just relying on their dance and their performance. I think that was really nice and good, especially after how overwhelming Shutdown was. I think that was pretty good. I also think they did the most dance that I could see and enjoy. The other ones felt like, okay, we perform and then we have this dance section and then we perform. And they felt like they were dancing and performing at the same time from start to finish, which is really nice. They had a dance section, but from start to end, they were dancing and performing, and I think that is really nice. The reason it comes to fourth, even though I personally really like this performance, is because it was lacking a little bit of oomph. If you listen to the original song, there's so much talent from the song, okay? They have harmonies, they have high notes, they have charisma as well. So they weren't giving me much of that, but they were still very good. I actually really enjoyed this performance, but it was missing something. And then there are my picky points. Wooyeon having a camera angle that is against the light. Why would you have a camera set up there? I understand that it's for her to go out, but at least put it a little bit upwards so the light is not directly reflecting on the camera. That was so awkward. And then also filming Yin in her back. But overall, I have a lot of praise for this performance. First of all, Yorum. Oh my gosh, she didn't catch my attention much in Queendom, and she's not a stranger to me. But this performance really suited her alley. I thought it was so good. I thought that her dance break was really good. Her talking in the middle of the Don't Call Me's, I thought that was really nice. Her dancing and center parts were very, very nice, and my eyes were drawn to her a lot. So I really, really appreciated that, and I wasn't really expecting that from her, but she really caught my attention here. And then someone else I need to praise, Miru. If you watched any other videos, you know I like her. I really, really like that we could hear her singing live. And she was singing powerfully. She was like giving it, and she had the expressions down. And then for the bad part again, Zoa. She did great vocally. I feel like some of it must have been clean. I also have this feeling where some of the voices were clean while Miru's wasn't, or Miru wasn't so heavily focusing on the backdrop, because I could hear her breathing and everything. I could hear everything from her, and from the other girls, everything was like pitch perfect. But maybe they have a better training and they run and sing at the same time. But Zoa specifically, very, very good vocals, very steady live. But something that annoyed me was her expressions. I feel like once it was very, very good. Twice it was like, oh, you did this already? And then throughout the performance, it was just trying too much. If you guys have seen Girls Planet 999, some girls had received this feedback in the Eve performance where they kind of overdone their expressions. And I feel like that's very real. And I feel like Zoa had a good area. And then after it was just like, no, I don't want to see you doing that anymore. Please stop. Even though she had the concept down, she didn't need to overdo it so much. And that threw me a little bit off from the performance. Yin also, I feel like she did so great with her intro. She was very confident, very fierce. I really liked it. But her rap section wasn't anything extraordinary, and it was there, so she didn't super catch my attention here, which I was expecting her to. I feel like the intro and when she is dancing, she really catches my eye, but when it's her turn to sing or to rap, she isn't doing it for me. Which is weird because she did so well in CLC. Maybe because she wrote her own raps there and here she didn't, but she did really well in the intro, so applause to that. And yeah, I felt like Yorum and Miru were the best ones here. Wooyeon also had this discovery of being a very good singer. She was carrying with the vocals. I think she sang almost all the chorus. Even if not live backtrack, she was carrying it. And that was really nice. But it was nothing explosive, no extremely high notes. But it was good. She wasn't giving me too many facial expressions or too much stage presence, but I think she did pretty well. So overall, this group did very, very well with their dance, and I feel like the less is more kind of applied here. I also really like the piano part for Yorum. I'm a bit confused why she didn't play it, but I really liked her smashing the piano, like shutting it down and then climbing on top of it, and it was so quick. Like one moment she was down, one moment she was on top of it, and I really liked that section over there. Very, very nice. And then yeah, I liked the outfits. So overall, I was happy with this performance. In third place, we have... What I liked about this performance was the concept and seeing the backstory of it and the preparation and the ideas all the members shared. That was really nice. The concept was nice. Nana's hair was extremely nice. And Sooyoon was amazing. What I disliked about this performance specifically was the vocals, especially in How Do I Look part, where you're supposed to come off strong. Okay, I'm expecting something like Yuki or Oogie and Minnie, but it wasn't giving. Sooyoon did a really good job with it. I think she did the best job with that, and that's why I think she really elevated the performance and was a highlight for me. apart from the fact that she had amazing facial expressions, charisma, and then fits the stage very well. But the others, I was sometimes feeling the vocals, sometimes not. The rap also wasn't extremely nice. I feel like Doha fit the performance very well, and the concept itself, like the sexy thing. When she was not singing, she was just doing great with the concept, but the vocals didn't really match the song. And then the stage was really nice and really technical, and I feel like there was a lot going on, and it could be seen as a little messy. But I feel like overall, the use of the ropes was a very, very nice touch. The choreography was insane, and they didn't do any mistakes. They were really, really good with the dancing part. But the vocals and the rap weren't really there for me, which is why I contemplated a lot in putting this fourth, because I feel like with Don't Call Me, even if there wasn't that big of a concept going on for them as it was here, I was really enjoying the live vocals. Whereas here, the vocals, they weren't doing for me. But then when you consider the whole picture, okay, you have a story going on, you have the lights going on, you have all of these intricacies of the puppets or the dolls and the ropes, and they did so well, and they fit the concept very, very well. And Jihan had amazing specific moments where she did extremely well that surprised me, like those killing parts, and all of that combined, I was like, okay, this was clearly better than Don't Call Me. And overall, I feel like those two, Don't Call Me and Nude, as a performance, they were worse than Dance the Night Away, but they are much more memorable, especially Nude. Also, another reason I put it in third is because it's so memorable. The other ones, they're a blur of memories. But Nude, I know exactly what each person did. I have moments engraved in my head that will repeat themselves. And if I see anything like it, I'll be like, oh my gosh, Nude. Whereas the other ones, they are a little bit more forgettable. But I do think my favorite performer was Soohyun for sure. I think Nana did splendidly well as well. She is so good and she's so pretty and her dance is so good. Jihan did very well with her killing part, and Doha fit the concept really well. But I am a little bit still disappointed with How Do I Look. But let's end it in a high note and say that this performance was really legendary. It was nothing close for season 1 Queendom season 2 performances, but I feel like it's gonna go viral. It has the most viral material. Second place, we have one was insane, okay? Kay's vocals were insane. I think she was the best performer out of all of the missions. Like everyone, I feel like you would say, yes, this was definitely Kay's mission because that was super good. She danced really well. Many highlights in this performance, and she was insane in here. She was totally in her element and it was incredibly good. The duet itself was amazing. The camera angles were very, very nice. I understand why the live audience wouldn't vote so much for them because it was very camera effect centered. I think they benefited the most from having cameras and for performing for the TV and for at-home viewers because it was so good and they had really nice elements, really nice coordination, a cohesive story going on. Very, very nice. So I had no idea she could dance that well. She surprised me. And I was really happy with that. Overall, this performance was so nice, so good. I love the moment in the mirror where they're looking at each other and they become each other. Love that. The intro was very nice where they're laying down. I feel like they stay laying down and like dancing over there a little bit too much, but the intro was definitely different. So I'll get points to that. It was definitely very, very nice. And I love, love, love the choreography moments where we have Kay walking and Soon being her shadow almost. That is so smart and creative, and I love what was going on there. I don't think it has many flaws. Honestly, the only reason it is second is because at certain points I felt like the performance was going on for too long and I was like kind of tired of it. But it was insane. Very, very technical. A lot of very nice vocals live. In the end, I felt like I wanted some harmonies that I didn't get, but in the end we got this playfulness, both of them singing different things, and I really, really liked it. It was such a chill but good performance. Very, very nice. I like the whites, I like the use of the stage, I like the use of the props. I like everything here. Everything was well done in measures and just so perfectly nice. But it did feel like a little bit empty. I felt a little bit empty while watching the performance, which I don't know if that's supposed to make me feel lonely. So maybe that's why I put it in second, because performance-wise, I think this was incredibly well put together, very well crafted, very intelligent decisions, well thought out plan and coordination, and very good execution. I really liked it. The outfits reminded me a little bit of Naughty by Solreen, but I don't have much to say. Everyone did super well. Was surprised by Soan. I didn't know her. And she danced really well. And it was funny how they bonded and stuff. The performance itself was just really good. But maybe not breathtaking, which was what they were setting it up to be. It wasn't that memorable or that branded, but it was pretty good. And in first place, we have obviously Fighting, because it's the only performance that it's left. I thought I wouldn't like this as much. Last week I was like, Fighting is good, but I feel like other performances will be better, so it's not going to be my favorite for a long time. But Fighting is in first place now, because after everything else and all of the other performances, I was able to appreciate Fighting a lot more. Fighting gave me what Queendom and Kingdom did a lot, which is just enjoyable stage presence while conveying this story in a very fun way. And I absolutely like it. It reminds me a lot of Shake It from Luna in Queendom Season 2. That was also really, really nice. And I just really like this aspect. And after seeing how other people did not stick into this concept dedication, Fighting just skyrocketed, in my opinion. And then it was just so nice. There's some choreography points that are super, super nice. Giving the confetti to each person and throwing it. That's super cute, especially since each one of them had a line. All of them being one in front of the other and then slowly going away and forming this diagonal line. That was also super nice. The use of the IDs. Joey, who had the audience in the palm of her hand, the involvement with the audience as well was super fun, and everyone seemed to have been having a great time, and that really translated through the screen. I obviously think that it would be a lot more enjoyable being there, but it is one of those that I feel like it's enjoyable for both, whereas other performances felt very TV focused or very audience focused. This one, I think they could translate and manage both very well, especially because of the story going on and the intro, which was very camera focused. Overall, I feel like it was super, super good. I loved this discovery that we had from Ellie of her being a vocalist, and an extremely good one. Even though Mnet paid her dust, didn't even close up on her singing, which I find it weird. They also didn't close up on Bora singing. They are the ones doing the high notes. Show me them doing the high notes, because why are you going to show me everyone else who's doing something else? No, show me them. It's their line. It's their time to shine. Focus on them. But overall, it was so enjoyable. I think Judy did a very nice job. Ellie did a very nice job. Yuki, oh my gosh, she was amazing. I completely discovered her here because I didn't see her shine so much in her other performances, and in this one, she just blew me away. And Jiwoo singing live, that is like extra points. I love that I can know that it is live. Absolutely fantastic. Resignation letters that were done by themselves, super shading their companies. Very nice touch. The cohesion, the concept, the story, the musical thing going on. The way it was fun, it was not all over the place, no crazy choreography, but just a stage that is dedicated to pass the moral of the story that they want to pass. And they succeeded in that because I understood what they wanted to tell me. With Shutdown, for example, I was not sure. Were they the Red Riding Hood that went after the wolf afterwards? And then they were shutting stuff down. Dance the Night Away, who were in a festival with people wearing beige and unflattering colors. I hate beige as a color. But anyways. Or Don't Call Me, who had no story. So this one was very nice. And more than that, I was engaged with the performance and had fun with them. Plus, they did amazing with the vocals. They had very impressive moments. They had moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a killing part. And they had moments which surprised me. It was not all flat. And they had the upbeat parts. And everyone had their time to shine as well, which was amazing. Except maybe Soojin, who didn't do much. But the intro was completely hers. I gotta say that. She was the best actress out of all of them in the beginning. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Overall, as performances, I feel like none of them are extremely good that we could compare it to Queendom's very good performances. I'm talking about Oh My Girl Destiny, Healing's Touch My Body that I mentioned way too many times, or any other of Healing's performances, or Idol's, what is the name? Nightmare version of Put It Straight. I feel like none of them gave me that joy or just left me jaw dropped in that way. But Fighting, I think, was the one that came closest to what I watched Queendom for. In Queendom, you have this concept and kind of stuff that you do not really have the chance to see anywhere else. Not even in like the MMAs or in Mama or in any sorts of things. But especially Don't Call Me, it could have gone completely into this concept and dived into something, instead of being a performance that could have been shown in Music Bank. But yeah, I am not feeling so much of that investment into, okay, this is a Queendom performance, maybe because not all of them have the budget. I'm not sure how the budget thing is going, because they are the ones who pay for the performances. And I'm not sure how many of them had the chance to actually work out and take decisions in what concepts they were doing. So I feel like maybe that is also hindering the potential of having completely and absolutely amazing stages. But I am approving of some of the stages today. None of them were inherently super bad. And that's it. Thank you for watching so much, and bye bye. See you next time.